right, so one thing that I'm having an issue with is creating external rotation of my femur in the deadlift and the squat. And the reason for that, I'm not sure if you can see it right now, but if you look at the way I'm standing, this right foot has a decent arch, and then my left foot collapses in. And so what happens in that case is, while I am squatting or deadlifting, I tend to shift to the right because this is collapsing. This is rotating out, this is rotating in. So it looks like this. And so one thing that I have been doing that can help you if you have a similar issue, or maybe even you have it on both feet where both of your arches collapse, you're having a hard time getting your glute to fire and creating symmetry in your lifts, is this little drill right here. It's actually more of like a corrective exercise than a drill, but whatever you want to call it, it's a modality that you can use to help cue that external rotation, strengthen the arch in your foot, and become a better lifter. So what you need is a band, a very light band just like this. Doesn't need to be anything too crazy. And you could use a box, you could use a bench, you could use anything to put your other foot up on. And you want to anchor this band, all right? So with this band, what I see a lot of people do is if they see that their knee is collapsing in, they'll put this band around their knee, which is effective, sort of, because the issue is really at the foot. So what we're going to actually do is we're going to take this band and we're going to put it around the foot, so that way we're actually creating the torque where we want it to come from, the foot, because that's where the root of all the issues are. So take this band and put it around the middle of your foot where your arch is, right? And so what's happening now is this band is making this ankle come in, which is bad. So what my job is using this tactile cue, using this band to externally rotate my foot. So now I've got some tension that I can actually push against, and it helps me make that mind muscle connection to make that external rotation. So you'll see here, now it's rotating out. Now I'm creating an arch in my foot, and now this feels a lot stronger. So you could just start with just doing this. This is a great a warm-up. I would say maybe you could do really as many of these as you want. You could do this all day if you really wanted to. But as a warm-up, probably 2 or 3 sets of 10. Really work on creating that arch and strengthening the bottom of that foot. So that's great, you can do that. The next thing that you can do, which is what I'm doing right now, is doing a single leg deadlift while cueing that external rotation, so that way we've got more sport-like function. If you're a strength athlete, you're doing a deadlift, a squat, or anything like that, we've got another aspect to add into this equation we've got going on. So single leg deadlift now, this is about 22 pounds, nothing too heavy. I've got about a little over a 600-pound deadlift, just to put that into perspective. I'm only using 20 pounds on this. You don't need to load this up to 70, 80, 100-pound dumbbells. Not the case here. This is not a muscle building drill. This is a strength or a tactile cueing drill. So, band around the foot, take that back foot there, I'm gonna elevate it, put it on this box, and then making sure I'm creating that external rotation of not only just the knee, but actually twisting that tibia right where the ankle joint is, coming down, keeping external rotation, just like that. Want to feel a lot in the glutes when you do this? And boom. I just thought of making this video while I was doing this exercise. So I'm doing about 4 or 5 sets of 10 reps to really engrave that pattern and really create some strength in the bottom of that foot. You can start with just the band, like I said, but you want to be able to progress into using the dumbbell. And then eventually you want to be able to take away the band from this exercise. Now, if you only have an issue on one foot, I'm going to say probably just use the band on one foot. because you don't have an issue with the other one. So the goal is to be able to train with the least equipment, or this is something that's helping me do the job that my body should be doing itself. So you want to be able to train without those things, a crutch, I guess. So there's no reason to use a crutch on a leg that's not broken. So I'm still going to do the single leg deadlift on my right foot, but I'm just not going to use the band. So I hope that helps somebody. If it doesn't, I wasted 5 minutes. Just kidding. I like making these videos. It wasn't a waste.